Are you sure about this, Marshal? These creatures overwhelmed colonial security forces in less than a week. Clearly we're dealing with something far beyond ordinary wildlife.
Clearly. Take us in, Bucket.
What could have done this?
Apparently, the things we were hired to kill. I just got off the line with Colony Command. This is no longer a wildlife problem. It's a full-scale evacuation. Gear up. We drop in 5.
Join the team. See the galaxy. Failed to mention drop into a meat grinder in your sales pitch, boss man.
There's a lot of people down there, Abe. They're gonna die without our help.
Bucket, any idea what these creatures are?
No one seems to know. Colony records state unknown species of megafauna, extremely cunning, aggressive, with an alarming rate of growth and reproduction, and a ravenous appetite. They are likely not native
Monsters. We're hunting monsters.
And we're supposed to evac the whole damn colony? Hope these folks are used to disappointment.
Right now, they're used to getting eaten. We're gonna cover their retreat. Get as many people off-world as we can.
Fine by me. Always wanted to lead a desperate retreat against impossible odds.
It may be desperate, but nothing is impossible.
What's our time frame?
Last transport leaves in 5 days. Anyone we get to that ship is a win.
5 days of battle and glory. Markov here thinks he's on vacation.
5 days spraying fire, melting faces. This ain't a vacation. It's fucking paradise.
All right, well, welcome back, guys. We have another episode of Evolve here, and you can see a few of the different monsters and things in the background. So really cool intro. If you haven't checked the description of the game, basically this is set in the future where we've been able to start colonizing new planets, and the objective for us, as you heard, is that some monsters are now pretty much overtaking that said planet, and we need to assist in trying to evacuate some of these humans while we can. And the players that we do have are specialized in basically doing just that to some degree anyways. So we have evacuation here, as I mentioned, play 5 missions in a dynamic campaign where different game modes are played, and the environment is affected by winning and losing. So I actually haven't ever played with any of these just yet. So this should be pretty fun, pretty interesting. I've pretty much dived straight into multiplayer when I did have it.
In evacuation mode, the planet is overrun. All colonists are evacuating Shear. The transport ship leaves in 5 days. The hunters must save as many lives as possible across those 5 days by eliminating the monster threat. The monster seeks only to destroy. Each day, players get to choose a mission. The outcome of each mission will affect the next in significant and unique ways. For example, if the monster destroys this power plant, the next mission will have radiation clouds, which will damage the hunters. If the hunters win, turrets will be powered up in the next map that will attack the monster. These are just 2 examples from a large variety of map effects that significantly impact gameplay from map to map. The winner of each mission will be granted bonus XP to be collected at the end of day 5, where everything will be won or lost. Each additional playthrough of evacuation results in different combinations of mission types, environments, and win-loss effects, totaling over 800,000 possible combinations for the ultimate in replayability.
Okay, so really cool. So we can choose to be a hunter or a monster. Just to go ahead and switch it up immediately, I think it'd be fun to go ahead and jump into playing as one of the hunters this time around. And we'll see if we can't secure saving some of these humans. The one thing I wasn't expecting was that there was going to be multiple of them. So I don't know if there's any kind of limit or restrictions in like their power, because there's basically 3 stages I believe that they can evolve into. It kind of seems seems a little bit more like an MMORPG or something of that nature, just based on the way of what I've seen. I don't know if it's still just 4 hunters versus a bunch of different monsters, or if there's a bunch of different hunters, or how that plays out, but this should be interesting to see. Okay, follow monster tracks will eventually lead to the monster. Alright, time guys, time to get it. So support, we can basically be the person that does all the buffs and impairments to the monster. The medic, which they always, you know, they get laughed at, but they play a really critical role. I mean, nobody hates, especially if you get slapped up like really fast during the mission to have to sit out for a while. Trapper and assault, I'm more of a fan of the trapper, so this will be where we will be building our expertise. So we have Maggie, customized, so okay, different skins. I'm going to roll with Infinity just because I'm a fan of blue for sure, and it looks like a pretty cool color on the like alien dog that we have here. Daily is an alien bloodhound sniffing out the monster's location. She'll follow tracks, take shortcuts, and can even revive fallen players, which allows Maggie to focus on trapping the monster inside a dome, snagging it with harpoon traps, and shooting it with her machine pistol. Okay. Increase jump height by 300%. That should be useful. And let's go ahead and get to it. So I wonder if they have similar missions to these online. We didn't really have any missions when we played. It was just kind of a kill or be killed kind of ordeal, from what I recall. Interesting. Okay, so probably one of those scientists we get used to in the movies that do, you know, some kind of freaky experimental stuff, and that's the result. Monster arm, part monster face.
We've got a creature down here destroying everything. If it takes down the drill, this whole area becomes a permanent earthquake. We can't let that happen. You help us. We'll set you up with some bots that'll do just about anything you need them to.
In hunt mode, a stage 1 monster has been spotted in the area. Hunters are called in to eliminate the monster threat as quickly as possible. The monster gets a head start at stage 1 and needs to flee the area, kill wildlife, eat to gain energy, and stage up to become bigger and more powerful. The hunters arrive shortly after the monster and must track down, trap, and kill the monster before it gets too big. Monster tracks, broken trees, animal corpses, and bird sign are all indicators of the monster's presence. The round ends when one team is eliminated, or the monster makes it to stage 3 and destroys the power relay.
Yeah, so there's no smoke and mirrors here. Looks like we're going up against the Kraken. Once they get to stage 3, more often than not, the players that are the hunters are usually taking an L.
Maggie, you sometimes call Daisy Ruva, which I assume is her name in your native language, but I do not recognize it.
It's Shona. I figured you knew every language.
The trick is knowing which dictionaries to load. Ah, a Bantu language.
I guess. I don't speak English. Mostly some words I picked up from my grandmother.
Your grandmother was descended from remarkable people. The Pan-African Union drove the third wave of settlement. If it wasn't for them, we'd not have made it this far from hub.
Alright, so we got our first sign. Some scared birds over here. Okay.
Let's run it down.
Alright, so you guys can see the tracks that we have here.
There, in the distance. It's not hiding.
Okay. It's still trying to get away. We can see it scaring birds. I'm hoping the AI is
Good name.
decent here, because you can pretty much get taken down in a matter of moments.
You should have run!
Okay, on the train gun.
Missile launched.
Okay, so they ran into it. I seen it over here, or at least heading this way.
I'm ready! I have rare creature here.
Alright, so let's set a harpoon trap at some point nearby. Now you can't speed run or anything, so you really have to make use of your jetpack.
That way. Birds. Tyrants got me.
So there's again other like apex monsters you'll run into, so you have to be really cautious of pretty much your surroundings. You know, you might run into like a giant man-eating plant that wants to kill you, or you could end up running into like some swamp alligator like apex monsters. Okay, let's set this harpoon here. Basically, this will kind of lock onto it wherever it ends up being at. Somebody set up a dome. Ah, crap. Okay, so it looks like I got set up to be first on the hit list here. Oh. Okay, so knocked out. I need a medic. Come on, where's my medic? There we go. So, like I was saying, it's gonna take a little bit of getting used to. Action is pretty fast around here.
There, in the distance. It's not hiding.
Ah, I see. Okay, so we lucked out. The first time that I tried to do this, it's I meant to set a harpoon track, and I ended up deploying like the shield that we seen.
It startled some birds. Let's startle it.
I thought this might have been a way around. Let's just go for it anyways. Now, if I remember, okay, so we have a map. And I believe the purple is where we want to be making sure we're watching out for. think the limit is 3 harpoons at any given time that you can set. You can continue to like keep going, but basically all that'll happen is that the first one that you deployed will start to go away.
Ready for duty.
Alright, so we've been having a hard time, unless that was what I just seen, keeping track of this.
When it grows. Why? No advantages in scaring us.
There it is. Alright.
Mega mouse detected.
Let's go ahead and set up the dome. And it's go time.
Firing on the highly charged monster.
So it's going to come after me because it wants to try to get out of here. And the way to do that is to go through me, basically. Thank you, medic.
It got me.
Ah.
Get gun ready. Support, you're good to go. Assault, I've got you.
Gotta try to stay on its heels.
I've got a trap ready. Putting down a trap.
Man, this monster is moving.
Armor's down.
So the Kraken is more of like a stealth monster in nature. So with that, it's gonna kind of disappear, pop in, pop out, do its damage, call it a day. Okay.
I got you, support. Good to go, Daisy. Go get him, girl.
So I don't think it evolved yet. If it did, it might have happened back when it was mentioning about it letting out like a roar. I think these are one of like the little apex monsters. And they don't just attack us, so the good news is like the monster comes in contact with them, it'll have to deal with them as well. And I'm starting to think that our best bet here might just be to find a location and
Lightning monster, open fire.
find a location we can kind of set up and have the best chance of success.
Look, birds. Not the most useful comment, I realize, but accuracy counts for something.
Alright, Daisy, are you picking up any signs?
Bring it down the albino.
Okay. Thought we were supposed to get like a buff or something from it.
Follow those carrion birds.
the dome. Got him trapped. Okay, down the monster armor. Ah, I gotta get out of there. Set some harpoons. Oh yeah, okay. I think we might have some sex, guys. Alright, took us down, so basically we're waiting to be dropped in again, unless we take over a bot, which I'm not going to do, but let's see how the rest of the team holds up. We got the monster down to 1 bar, and we have a pretty good chance of being able to pull this mission off. So you can see in the top left the timer. I got a minute and 30 or so. Well, the AIs obviously aren't the best. I'm sure I'm not the most skilled person to ever pick up the joystick here. But I mean, I don't foresee them dying, so I'm pretty sure we'll be able to finish knocking out this mission here.
Yes, Cabot recruits us. Recruits every famous hunter in galaxy. Now we know why. There is Megamall. See? It's not wrong.
Okay, so there's one of the apex monsters there. You can see eventually, I don't know, I guess we'll call it an epic monster until I can remember what it was, but the little smaller shell I was shooting at, he did get killed while we were trapping the monster, and I was able to pick up a buff. I couldn't see what it was in the midst of trying to set up the harpoons and everything, but they definitely helped. Okay, monster is stage 3, so that's not good for us.
High value wildlife located.
So it already has a devastating like lightning attack. So when you see like that little when you see that little like bubble that comes through, it does like AoE damage or area effect. It's a real nuisance, but you can kind of dash out of the way and things, but it has a few other attacks as well that kind of cause a few different issues for us. But we're back in, so we should be able to help the clean finish wrapping things up, but at this point the monsters should be ready to go ahead and try to take out the power relay, so we need to make sure we do our best to prevent that.
Monsters over there.
So let's go ahead and get to it.
Firing on the Kraken.
Okay, so the monster is here already. Let's go ahead and set up the dome. I went outside the dome. Okay.
I can heal you. Get me up. I got it trapped.
So you can see in stage 3, we got a little bit of armor back, quite a bit of health again. Crap. I'm out of jetpack fuel or whatever it is I'm going to need.
Harpoon traps ready.
Alright, so we took out the monster armor, which is good. We just need to try to get it trapped again and then figure out what we can do about, I think we lost our medic. Let's no need for us to really try to go hunting after the monster. I mean, it needs to come here. So now we play the waiting game. It's probably off to try to find some more health, something it can take out to probably build up its armor though.
These birds follow behind the beast.
Okay. Okay, shooting at an apex, no need. Let's get back to the power relay. So annoying, he keeps finding ways to get his armor back. Well, I told you stage 3 is a beast. I'm hoping the AI pulls it out. Definitely some improvements I need to make, so I'll see about maybe playing off screen or jumping back into some multiplayer. But let's go team. I need you guys to pull this out. Got a half a bar to go, and it looks like our assault guy might be doing the job. Let's go. There we go. All right, pulled it off. Alright, not too bad. So definitely some things that I'm going to need to improve on for sure. But I kind of like this little XP system they have. Reminds me of Ratchet and Clank in a way. Like the more you use it, basically the better it's going to perform for you. Alright, well I thank you guys. This has been a much longer video than originally intended or expected to be. But with that said, this is a nice intro for us. We have some improvements. We saved quite a few lives. So we'll be looking to see what day 2 brings to us. But we do have a advantage in the second level for us. So with that said, guys, you can see we have between 2 levels here. We have the nest or we have the rescue. We will most likely go with the nest. I think that might be a little bit more interesting, but it's been real. Thank you guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, leave any feedback for me. I hope you guys have been liking the content so far. And with that said, it's your boy Jersey Boy, and I'm out.